Hey everybody, welcome back to Breaking Barriers with the Barkers. My name is Austin Barker, and this is my wife Danielle.
That's Littlefoot.
That's Littlefoot. And so, what this video is about is the snowball effect. It's something that I actually saw on the Dave Ramsey YouTube channel. It seemed like something that would be really easy for us to try to replicate and knock down the monthly finances that we have.
So today we're not going to only be talking about what the snowball effect is, but we're also going to be giving you guys real examples of how it worked for our finances. So you're going to know the real numbers of all of the real bills that we were paying. Because when I tried to look at all of the footage myself of other YouTube channels, YouTube videos, I don't know, they were all very hypothetical, and they were like, oh, you could pay this if you pay this, but I want to see the real thing. So that's what we're doing today.
All right, let's do it. All right, so before we start, here's our dose of the Barkers to brighten your day. Bo actually just turned 5, so we're gonna include some video footage of him on his birthday for his next vid. He's a Corgi Border Collie mix, and of course he likes to take long naps in our day bed and destroy as many toys as he can get a hold of.
And this is our other son, Littlefoot, yes, from Land Before Time. He just turned 6 last December, so since his birthday falls very close to Christmas, we always celebrate theirs together. So the footage that you'll see in our next video is actually of both of them celebrating both of their birthdays. He has many hobbies. He likes to dig occasionally, as you can see from this picture. He runs around the yard and barks at anyone and everything that he can find. But the biggest pastime that he has is just cuddling.
Alright guys, so let's get into it. The snowball effect is basically something that you do to help pay off your debts and to help you out in the long run. So you'll take the smallest amount that you have, your smallest debt in total, not the monthly payment, but the total amount, and you're going to take that and pay that one off first. And when you pay that amount off, you're going to take that monthly payment you were paying towards it, and you're going to pay that forward to your next lowest debt. And we're going to have examples of this for you in a minute. Before
you start anything though, you need to write down everything that you owe. And where does every dollar go? I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but okay, that happened. So you need to write it all down. You need to talk about your morning coffee runs, or the after school snacks for the kids, or concession stand money that you're spending at their ball games, or things like that. Because until you actually see where every dollar goes, you don't really realize how much more money that you are making.
The small things really add up really fast.
Definitely. One other thing, when you write everything down, and this is just a suggestion, it's what we did, you should separate your bills and debts into essential versus disposable things that you can spend. By essential, I just mean your utility payments, water, gas, electric, things of that nature.
So we started around September of 2019. And just to give you an idea, our disposable total was $18.10 and 50 cents, and then our essential total was $1,991 monthly, for a total expenditure of $3801.50 per month. And then, so as far as some of our expendable things that we were paying for, was like Netflix, which was $15 a month, Hulu, which was $23 a month. We now have it down to $6.50.
Bye HBO.
Bye HBO. Capital One was $75 a month for our credit card. Credit One was $30 a month. Another credit card. Gym membership was $87.50. And then for food, we were actually eating out a lot. We were eating out at least once a day. And between two people, It's like after the math added up for how much we were spending towards how many days we were going out, we were spending around $900 a month just on eating out. And so there's a couple of things that we can share with you that we did to try to cut that cost down. And one of those things was they actually started a meal prep service. That's what we started to use. At first we started out with HelloFresh, and then we actually ended up switching to Dinnerly because it was a little bit cheaper than that. For HelloFresh we were spending $480 a month, and then now for the Dinnerly we spend $320 a month. And so then just the other ones real fast is Discover. We were spending $100. For the car payment we were paying $280 a month. For the student loan that was $100 a month. And then just the random stuff that kind of just comes up and you'll just find yourself buying, like the coffee breaks and sodas and things like that, is $200.
So again, just to recap, step 1 is writing down everything that you spend money on. Step 2 is trying to figure out how you're going to cut down the amount of money for the random crap that you're spending money on. So we were making a monthly goal to, instead of $200, we just spend $100 on random things we don't need now, which a lot of finance people that might be watching this video are probably like, wow, good job. But it is a big deal. You gotta start small. Okay, so like he said, we switched to HelloFresh, a meal prep service, which just makes everyone's life a whole lot easier. When we made that switch, instead of $900 a month on food, we were paying $480, so that gives us a total saving of $420. So if you add the $420 plus the $100 that we're adding for cutting down, $520. So then we looked at our list of our smallest debt. Now, as you can see, the Capital One, we owed $520 to that. So we took that $520 and added it to the $70 payment that we were already making anyway, and we were able to pay that off the next month.
Okay, so the total between those two after you add them together is $595. So we took that and we added it to the next bill, which is the Credit One, which means that we actually started making the Credit One payment a total of $625, because that amount plus what we were already paying, the $595 plus the $30, it's like that's what we now put towards the Credit One. And all in total of what we owed on the Credit One was $670. So I think we put a little extra with it and just paid that one off and freed up that extra $30 a month to put towards the next one.
Okay, so some additional things that we did to help get extra money to start paying down those debts. One, like we said, we got rid of the extras on our Hulu account, so we really didn't need the HBO. So we cut it down to just the basic Hulu, and that's perfectly fine. So we reduced that $23 to $650. Second, we started to invest in home gym materials, because there are tons of workouts that you can do at home without a ton of equipment. You honestly don't always have to have a gym membership. So that took out the $87.50, roughly $90 that we were spending a month on that. And then, like he mentioned, we even switched, took it a step further with our food. We switched from eating out to HelloFresh and then to Dinnerly. Now there are pros and cons. If you want to comment and ask us about those, we'll share our opinion on it. But we did switch from that, and just switching from HelloFresh to Dinnerly, it saved us around $160. So when you add those three small changes that we made in our life together, we were able to come up with an extra $266 a month to put towards more investments of paying off our debt.
Okay, so in the 6 months from when we started in September, we were actually able to pay off right around $18,000 in debt. This is real numbers.
We just finished.
Last week. Yeah, we finished paying the student loan actually. So, and it reduced our monthly disposable income for our bills from $1,810.50 to $441.50 per month. So in total, that puts $1,300 and $69 back into our pocket, back into our bank account to be able to use for investing or towards other future things that we decide are good for us.
Sorry, Bo just kicked him. Okay, so just to recap all of the steps that we want you, if you are wanting to do this, that we want you to go in this order to help you out. So step 1, write everything down. Step 2, find out where you can start cutting out those small things. So like I said, the small things definitely add up. We talked about those 3 changes, adding an extra $266, it makes a big difference. Step 3, add those savings to the monthly payment of your smallest debt, and then pay that off, and then just repeat the steps. So then take all that money that you now saved along with that debt you paid off, apply it to your second smallest, take that, apply it to your third smallest, and keep the ball rolling. So that's where the whole snowball comes in, because it's like a snowball going down a hill. It just keeps getting bigger. That's your money getting bigger.
Or back in your pocket. So we hope that this can give you the confidence to be able to break through the barriers that you've been having as far as when it comes to finance and debt, and just really empower you to be able to make those decisions.
So one last thing that I want to say before we close the video is that we know that right now the world is in panic with
It's crazy.
the Rona. So we personally advise against starting your snowball until after everything has kind of calmed down, because I would hate for you guys to get excited and then decide you're going to start paying off all this debt, and then goodness forbid something happened with your job and that money that you just spent towards paying off a debt, you could have just made a smaller payment, so on and so forth. So again, just to be safe, I would definitely wait until all of this has passed before you start paying it off. However, use that as a good thing to use all this time right now to do extra research and to take a really good look at your finances to see where you can get your ball rolling.
And it's something in itself, is like, you don't want to be, borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, covering one debt and knocking this one out, but putting yourself in trouble and in debt, like she just said. And one thing is if you guys have any comments or questions, you can leave it down below. We are fine to help you. Just, reach out to us and we'll try to break it down even more for you.
Yeah, so that about wraps it up. Comment, subscribe. We'll see you in another 2 weeks. We post our videos every other Sunday. See you next time, Breaking Bears with Barkers.